Thank you.
All right, a couple of tests here. Here we go.
I've always been a creeper.
No issue. No issue.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's pray. And away
Right.
we go. Ah,
I can't hear the bomb, Brandy.
it's not playing
Oh.
because it's not playing. That one's not working.
Geez, getting this big ass book in here is impossible.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we straight chillin', serial killin', pre-core villains on the mic, got you reelin'. Five-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a one-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos. By the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the straight chillin' crew.
What up, nerds? And welcome to another needy episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 546, recorded on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. Tonight, we're talking about the winner of the Satanic September poll, the movie's Needful Things from 1993. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Rand Diesel. What's up?
Oh, your guy.
What's up, man? How you doing? You ready to talk about some things that you need, some things that you're full of need for? You ready to talk
I
about those
need
things?
them, and they need me.
Okay.
That's the catch. Next up, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy, Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy Buster Stains. Here to make a deal. I want to make a deal, boys. Bob, gonna need you to do me a little favor, okay?
Oh boy,
I
damn.
don't like the sound of that. I'm gonna
Bob, you've done
decline.
plenty of favors for me. What are you talking about? Come on. You're always looking for a new blue on that shelf, ready to do some favors.
You need
Come
me
back
to
anytime.
smear some shitty mud on some clean sheets somewhere? I'm your guy. I'll do it.
I was thinking something a little different.
Well, we'll circle back to that.
I'm sure we will.
Take that offline. Last but not least, making her triumphant return to the Straight Chilling podcast. Welcome back the Stephen King specialist, Nicole. What's up, Nicole?
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here because it is officially fall. We're not just, prematurely getting into spooky season. It's official now. No one can tell us otherwise. And we're talking about Stephen King. So it's a great day for me. And also, I'll have you know that I did the hard work for the listeners. I watched the 3 hour cut of this movie.
Jesus
Bless
Christ.
you.
I didn't know that existed.
We're not
Yeah.
worthy.
Wow.
Never seen it before, so this was a great excuse to watch the extended cut.
Taking one for the team as always. Thanks for sitting in with us again, Nicole. You have a lovely podcast of your own, Light and Shadow podcast. Why don't you remind everybody that's listening exactly what you do and where they can find it?
Yeah, so as Bob said, it's Light and Shadow, a horror podcast, and you can find me wherever you find your podcasts, Facebook, Instagram, and I do a monthly show I've done a smattering of things. Sometimes I do a story time episode where I do just kind of like a spooky story. Um, Right now, I'm doing a series called Fundamental Frights, where sometimes it's just me, sometimes I invite a guest on to talk about a movie that is fundamental to like their personal horror history. And on my most recent episode, which came out last week, Soju was on. And what did we talk about, Soju?
We talked about Tower of Terror from 1997.
Yeah. So that was a movie I hadn't thought of in forever. It was a Disney Channel special classic. So yeah, so that was a lot of fun. So yeah, now you have another motivation to come listen to my show so you can hear more Soju.
I know. Your most handsome guest, I believe.
Yep, that's what I said.
Oh,
Self-proclaimed. That's
man.
definitely.
Thank God
Yeah.
they objectively decided that with science.
It's what you need for a podcast, you know.
Oh, yeah. Somebody who looks great on
Good looking
camera.
voice.
Oh,
That's what you
yeah.
need. Yes, check
Mhm.
out Light and Shadow Podcast everywhere you get your podcasts. We have some housekeeping on our end. Let's go ahead and tackle that real quick here. Our October poll is still posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this October. Actually, three movies we'll be talking about this October.
What?
So our
Oh,
October poll is a little different. You guys are probably
Three
like,
movies? Who's
three
got
movies.
time for that?
What?
not us.
We do.
Not
Yeah.
really.
So the three hosts of the show, we program three triple features that are all connected in the theme. You guys are voting on the theme alone, and whichever ones, we will then let you know what three movies we'll be talking about. The themes you're voting on are Monster Mash,
Oh,
Nightmares, and Pay the Price.
Bob, tell me how those
easy.
themes are looking.
Themes. A slight change. Nothing too crazy though. Pay the Price still in last place with 13% of the vote. Nightmares creeping up slightly to 38% of the vote. Monster Mash still on top, sitting at 50% of the vote.
Whoa, well, you got one more week to get your votes in, people. We're heading into the month of October. Whoa. Here we
You ever going
go.
to play a
Whoa.
trick? This is the month for it.
Yeah. And I can't believe we're already down one of our special months, boys. We've only got three left after this.
God.
Special month. Is that
It'll be
like special
January
drink?
tomorrow. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shut your hole, Bob.
Okay.
Which one?
All of them. Close them up.
Yeah. Get your votes in before the end of the month. We'll see what triple feature we're talking about this October. We're dropping mini casts every single Friday throughout the month of October, actually.
Hot
So
damn.
we got a lot of
Oh
stuff coming your
my
way.
God.
My phone was blowing up last night with Patreon notifications
Thanks, Bob.
from you guys. I was
Yes.
like, wow. I was like, somebody is busy this evening.
You're welcome. That would be me. So first up, we're gonna have kind of a special mini cast dropping this Friday, September 26th. Your boy Soju's sister podcast made a kind donation to us.
Oh, yes.
Where you and your co-host over on Don't Believe the Hype are talking about Dead Man's Bones.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so something that we do over on that podcast for our Patreon is before we cover a song, we do an album review that we have paired with the song. So, like, oh, if you like the song, you probably like this album. And a couple of weeks ago, I announced the Arctic Monkey song "You're So Dark," which is actually horror themed. And to pair it with that, we paired it with the album Dead Man's Bones. So I figured since we don't get to talk a lot about horror music on here, I thought that that would be a cool Patreon exclusive for our guests as well. And so, yeah, and that's like a classic, spooky time album. It's really great. Ryan Gosling's band. And yeah, so it
But
was
don't
a
hold
lot of
that
fun.
against it.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I think it's really good.
Legitimately.
I know, yeah, really. But no, yeah, it was fun to review an album, a spooky album.
Yes, Brian Gosling, my favorite singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Rob,
He's great.
Rob's method of fucking up names exclusively includes extraneous R's. as
Just
it turns
throwing in
out.
R's.
Just
Not enough
throw in a
R's
few
in here.
R's. You're like Steve Brule. It's just Bringo. Let's go.
Rango.
Guilty as charged. We're also, throughout the month of October, going to be reviewing an episode of Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, dropping every single Friday over on Patreon too, like we have done the past few years. So we'll be talking
6
about
years to be exact, Bob.
6 years, yeah.
Too many goddamn years.
We'll be talking about episodes 19, 20, 21, and 22.
Oh my God, we're getting into the 20s. Before you know it, we'll have them all
The
knocked
best.
out.
Is that all, stranger?
The best, of the
The
best here. This
best.
is top tier. There were some good ones.
Yeah. You'll have to
Were there
tune in to
now?
find out. That's actually
I
not
argued that
all.
there were.
That is not all, stranger.
Oh my Lord.
Finally, dropping on Halloween Day, we got another mini cast from your boy Rand Diesel talking about Hell House LLC Lineage.
Oh yeah, I forgot I recorded that.
You did. You did it.
Sweet.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming at you. This is a perfect time to join Patreon. You get all that plus access to like the 168 or so mini cast that we've already done, and also you get to hang out with us for the Chilloween party. Speaking of,
Damn
What is
straight.
that, Bob? Tell me about
well,
it, sexy
Do you
Dracula.
have do you have a sexual cohort you can pass that information along through?
yes, I do.
All right, let's hear from him.
Oh, hi there. It's me, Sexy Dracula. Once again, the straight chilling crew made me an offer that I just could refuse. But I did not want to deprive you of me, Sexy Dracula. So I'm here to tell you about the Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be a surprise film screening with commentary and drinking game, a costume contest, and horror trivia hosted by everyone's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin from Plug It Up Podcast. All you have to do is sign up on the Straight Chilling Patreon at any level, and you're invited to the sexiest graveyard smash of your life. Be sexy this Halloween season and come chill at Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dost thou want to live chilliciously? Sexy Dracula out!
You can always tell a sexy Dracula by the amount of emphasis he puts on every goddamn syllable.
What time zone is that now, Bob? I can't remember.
I forget. I just
What
can't
time
remember.
zone we're gonna be hosting
I think at least
that
they're
at?
standard time.
This wasn't repeated loudly or angrily enough for me to really
Mhm.
recall. So
Yeah, it's not really sticking in my
we'll just have to
brain.
roll it back. Can we just
one
roll
more
that
time?
back? One
One
more
more
time.
Here we
time.
Oh, hi there.
Oh,
I was like, Randy, how long are you gonna do this?
Oh God,
Yeah.
the bomb won't stop now. First
bomb
they
won't
wouldn't play.
stop.
Now they
To
won't
the
stop.
bit.
This
Commit
bump won't
to
go
the
under
bit.
80 miles an hour.
Commit to the bit. Just keep doing it. This whole episode is just an advertisement for the Chilloween party over and over
Well,
again.
it's not just that.
We got jokes too, Bob.
Okay, all right.
You
People
gotta
want to
talk shit
hear
about your
actual
Blu-rays.
discussion.
Yeah. That is all I got. Do you guys have anything you need to plug?
I do. I've been doing a lot of feature these days, apparently. So you can check me out this week on Plug It Up, Caitlin's podcast, where we are talking about the first Underworld, which is a really great discussion. I really
Would
enjoyed that.
that be everyone's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
And
so the same.
we
Okay.
just pretty much gushed for about 2 hours about one of our favorite film franchises in horror that's very underrated. And also, too, don't forget to check out my Halloween coverage with Nicole over on Light and Shadow, because Tower of Terror is, in fact, a Halloween movie, and 'tis the season. So check that out as well.
it.
I think that's all my housekeeping.
Oh.
Me, Bob, you clean?
Squeaky.
His house is clean.
Let's get into the main event. We're talking about Needful Things, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
What What's on the back of the box?
Bob, I saw you got that box, and Nicole, saw you got that book, which
That
is more
book.
distinguished, of course,
Got it.
than
More
Bob's
just
Blues. See, Bob, if you had a library, we would respect you a lot more.
now, if you had a smoking jacket and a roaring fire in front of you, you might be able to pull it off. But without the books, it's just no sell.
I'll see what I can do. I'll
That
see.
smell of plastic, it'll knock a man to the ground.
Dude, this is. Oh God, yes.
Rob, is
That
there
sweet,
fentanyl in?
sweet
Is that laced with fentanyl?
That
Be
fresh
honest with
4K
me.
smell. Oh yeah.
I don't want
It's
to
the
call the
off
fucking
gassing that really
fentanyl.
does it. Oh yeah. Yeah, Needful Things. Kino Lorber recently put this out on 4K. It's also on Blu-ray. You can rent it. It's really easy to hunt down.
Not enough cash, stranger.
Also, it's a book. If you like words and are literate, you can go that route too, if you would like.
Nicole, how does this hold up as a book?
I really like the book a lot. It's as you can see, if you're on YouTube, it's a doorstop of a book. Doorstop of a book.
Nice
Let me give you
thick.
the let me just give you the quick page count here. Just for the folks at home. 684 pages.
Not as
So it's
bad as I thought.
about half the
Double
size of it.
spaced?
Yeah. But it is a book I really enjoy. Although I will say that Needful Things is the book where my mom got off the Stephen King train, because it is a pretty dark book. So anyway, but it's a yes for me. I think it's worth the 684 page journey that we go on.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Well,
cool.
the movie is 2 hours and 1 minute long, unless you find that TV cut, which is right at 3 hours, which is what Nicole watched. So we can have some compare and contrast happening between the two different versions available. If you do get the Kino Lorber disc, you get both cuts on there. So a
Ooh,
plug for them.
Whoa,
This came out in-
nice.
Hey,
You
this
know what
came
they say
out-
about that.
There it is. Right on time.
Right on schedule.
Randy's bump sandwiching now. God.
Look,
We got bumps
sometimes
on
one
bumps
is
on
just
bumps.
not enough.
Bob, if
Bumps
you
on
think you
bumps.
sold all your blues, how many books you think you could buy? Probably a lot. You could have yourself
Couple.
a nice little library over there.
Sure, man. Yeah, I guess. If that's what anything for you, Juice, if that's what you want.
Even half. Let's just sell half the blues, replace them with books. You'll be a lot more respected and distinguished. And,
Be a lot more respected.
By who?
You'd be able to
Who
leave your
gives a
home
shit
for
what I
once
collect.
without being stoned in the streets by the
Yeah.
children.
That's that guy with not many books at all. Get him.
Get his ass!
We don't respect him,
I disrespect thee.
says the children's street gangs.
It's the children
That
of the corn.
likes to
Oh, we
read.
didn't mention that
Yeah,
part.
they really loves to read.
Bob is he who walks behind the rows of Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yes.
Catch
Great
him
job, Randy.
burning my blues out here.
Oh
no.
God, that'd be a toxic fire.
And blues. Needful Things came out in 1993, rated R, runtime of 2 hours and 1 minute. Directed by Fraser C. Heston. This was, based on the novel by Stephen King. Screenwritten by W.D. Richter. Stars Max von Sydow, Ed Harris, Bonnie Bedelia, some other lovely folks. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. A mysterious new shop opens in a small town which always seems to stalk the deepest desires of each shopper with a price far heavier than expected.
Oh wow.
Oh, your guys.
Folks, have we seen this movie before, and would we recommend people check it out? Nicole, why don't you kick us off?
I have seen this movie before a couple times. I think I caught it probably just on TV when I was young. I think it's one of those that was just kind of on a lot. And I would recommend it. And the main reason I would recommend it is because, Stephen King adaptations have a very checkered sort of reputation. They range from very, very good to the very, very worst. I think you can do a lot worse than Needful Things. Also I like the this movie has got the fall vibes, the appropriate fall vibes. And that great little small town New England feel. And so I think it is a fun one for this time of year. So I'm gonna go out a little bit on a limb and yes, I'm gonna recommend it.
Right on. Rand Diesel. What about you?
I didn't realize how much of a limb that was because I also would recommend. I have not seen this film before, and I'll be honest with you, I saw it under pretty bad beer scenario. I was watched this on my phone on a plane
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
traveling
bad.
across the United States
It's
what
pretty
the
bad.
fuck?
with very little sleep under my belt and having just like moments before getting to the airport, getting off of a fucking kayak in the goddamn ocean. I was exhausted. And I had a great time watching this movie. I would recommend it definitely for the fall vibes, definitely around this time of year. Not, I would say that I would say it's worth reserving for this time of year. Put it on the calendar.
The goddamn ocean. Which one is that? Where's that one?
Oh, it's the goddamned ocean, Bob. You'd know it if you saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Juice, what about you?
Yeah, I would recommend this. I'd never seen it before. It's first time watch. I've seen like a lot of things that have referenced this, but never seen this film before. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that it was fall. I love to see those fall leaves in there. Love the location and everything. But yeah, I thought it was a fun, pleasant watch. It was good. It's good. Bob, how about you? Would you recommend people check it out?
This is a light recommend for me. I did enjoy it overall. I think as, the common saying out there, the kids they just keep saying it. It's a little long in the tooth
Oh
for
yeah.
me.
Oof.
Hmm.
Yeah. Those kids hate
But
Those
long
are
teeth.
well-educated children.
yes, they're very well read. They
In
just
Florida.
read
They know their English
voraciously.
idioms well.
They
Ah,
do indeed.
yes.
Yeah,
They
light
really take
recommend.
the bull by the horns.
So, I mean, yeah, overall, that sounds like a recommendation.
I'm loose.
Not even
Bob's
loose,
loose.
honestly. I think largely
Well,
pretty
Bob
tight.
is loose.
Pretty tight recommendation. They call
Bob's
me
a loose boy.
Loose Bob.
That's what I call you.
Lucy in the sky.
The
Ever since
lamb.
I've known you, they called you Loose Bob.
I know they just don't
Since
respect
you
me.
were
It's all
15.
the 4Ks since you were throwing it around in the streets. Check out Needful Things. We're going to
My
be
boy Loose Bob over there.
spoiling the shit out of this movie, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
Whoa, Bob, you got that 3-hour plot synopsis there?
Dude, I got the 2 hour. So many things happen in those 2 hours.
Needful things?
So many things that are needed. They're full of need, these things.
They need them.
They're
They need the
necessary,
things.
Bob.
Man. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay, well,
Brace yourself.
hit us with it, I guess.
I'll read quickly.
I doubt
Right.
that.
Feel
The-
free to go to 2 times speed at this moment.
Since
dear
you don't have any
listeners.
books,
I
you're
know,
kind of
I
a
can't-
slow reader.
Can't read.
Sound it out, Bob. Let's go.
Pronounced
Yeah.
acetaminophen, Bob.
Oh, what a very timely reference.
Oh, it's gonna be very dated in a day when we put this out.
No, nobody's gonna know what the fuck that means. Hopefully. All right. In the small New England town of Castle Rock, a new antique store opens up called Needful Things, and it's run by the mysterious Leland Gaunt. Several of the townsfolk wander into his store, and Leland always has just what they're looking for, but when they can't afford it, he just asks them for some simple favors. Young Brian asks for a Mickey Mantle card, and Gaunt asks him to smear some mud on the sheets drying outside of Wilma, the turkey farmer's house. Wilma thinks Miss Cobb did this because they already had some bad blood between them. Wilma calls and threatens to kill Cobb's dog. Next, Miss Cobb wants a small figurine, and Gaunt asks her to put up traffic tickets all over Danforth, aka Buster's, house. He thinks Deputy Norris did it because of a previous parking ticket he received. Then Hugh gets drunk at a bar, starts kicking the jukebox, and he gets thrown out. He sees his high school letterman jacket hanging in the shop window, and Gaunt asks him to go kill Cobb's dog in exchange for it. Next, Polly Chalmers, Sheriff Allen's fiancée, is closing the diner for the night, and Gaunt appears and gives her a magic necklace that makes her arthritis go away, but she must never take it off. We also see bad blood between the Baptist preacher and the Catholic priest over the Catholic Church hosting a casino night. Sheriff Allen
Oh my
finds out
God.
about Danforth's gambling addiction and that he embezzled some city money. Danforth goes to the shop and finds an old toy horse track. Gaunt tells him the previous owner used it to know which horses to bet on in real life and he got rich. Danforth takes it home and tries to get rich himself while Miss Cobb sneaks into his house and puts the traffic tickets up everywhere. Young Brian returns to Wilma's house and throws apples through all of her windows. She thinks Cobb did this as well as the muddy sheets. Cobb gets home to find her dog dead. She thinks Wilma did it. Cobb goes to Wilma's house. They fight with knives and kill each other. Sheriff Allen starts investigating all this, knowing there's got to be more behind the scenes happening here. He goes to see Brian, who has been given Dan's gun by Gaunt, and he threatens to kill himself. He says Gaunt is an evil monster. Allen manages to stop Brian. The priest slashed his tires outside the bar, where drunken Hugh gets thrown out yet again. He thinks Henry, the bar owner, slashed his tires. Gaunt gives Hugh a shotgun and tells him to go handle Henry. Allen runs a background check on Gaunt and finds out he never owned a previous shop in Akron, like he said. He goes to the shop to confront Gaunt, but he's packed up and left. Allen finds old newspaper clippings from long past. Meanwhile, Gaunt visits Polly and beds her down. He tells Polly Allen's been embezzling town money and that she should go check his boat out for proof. She does and finds a pile of money in envelopes that's been planted by the Baptist preacher. Dan goes to the police station to whoop Norris's ass for the tickets all over his house. Norris handcuffs him to his car. He drives home. Dan murders his wife with a hammer because he thinks she helped Norris put the tickets up and also probably fucked him. Gaunt calls Dan and tells him to come to the shop. Hugh goes into the bar, and Hugh and Henry kill each other with their guns. Allen goes to see the priest and tells him Satan is in Castle Rock and asks for help. Dan then uses explosives to blow up the church, and the priest insists it's not Satan, it's just those damn Baptists. There's now full-blown looting and chaos in the streets while Dan blows shit up. The priest is about to murder the preacher, and Allen shoots his gun in the air. Everybody stops and listens to his dope monologue about how Gaunt is behind all of this, and he's essentially Satan. Gaunt has Dan walk out of the shop wearing a vest made of explosives, and he threatens to kill everybody. Dan realizes he's been played for a fool, tells Gaunt not to call him Buster, and tackles Gaunt into his own shop, blowing everything up. Gaunt walks out unharmed. He tells Allen to tell his grandson Bob, who does not exist yet, hello, and that they will make history together in the year 2053, and then drives off.
Come back anytime.
Man, that's a lot of stuff.
Woo.
That's a lot of stuff.
A lot
There's
of
a lot of
stuff.
narrative pipe in this.
Whoa.
If I could start off with a note about Stephen King,
Yeah.
I think it might set a good tone for this conversation. And that is something
Mhm.
that I recently started rereading Salem's Lot because it's another great fall story. And there's a concept in that book about little evil versus big evil, and how there's this concept of little evil is like just the everyday, like mundane stuff, lying to your wife or taking advantage of your neighbor,
We've
all the
all been
little,
there.
all the little like, shortcomings that we have as humans.
I lie to your wife all the time.
But like all the little ways that we
I
just
ask you to.
all the little ways that we like, just hurt each other as human beings and how all that's in the world and it's a bummer. And that this idea of big evil is where we have the vampires and the monsters and all of those things. And that, we read about the big evil and we like to, read and watch stories about the big evil to help us cope with just the everyday, just mundane garbage. And so with that, like fresh in my mind, watching this movie, I was like, I feel like that's what's going on here, And of course, Gaunt is our conduit for big evil in this movie, and I think he's like just a blast to watch.
Big evil energy
Dude.
coming from Gaunt.
Yeah,
He
and tons of
really-
little evil just running amok in this story.
Yeah, I honestly most of the little evil I would call kind of big. They do some fucked up stuff to each other
It's real
in this
ugly.
movie. And
That's
there's
the thing is-
also
Sorry,
there's
go
a
ahead.
lot of like sort of context. I think we get hints of stuff that the characters have done in their past, and it seems like a lot of them have like inadvertently murdered people, like several of them have, which is kind of interesting. So it's like he's just like pulling the worst out of everybody intentionally to get them spun up because we have free
More
will,
checkered
so
past
like
than a
he
Summer of
can't
Ska reunion.
necessarily force people or it can't. So I do have some questions about that specifically because he does even cite like people have free will. I can't like make them outright do things, but he does seem to there's like some sort of magic happening with like the little blue electricity or lightning or that strikes the church, and like I was a little confused about that aspect of it. I don't know if you have
Honestly,
any thoughts on that.
yeah, is
Any,
that like something that's in the book that there's like an electrical charge or something, or is that
Um,
just visualizing?
I think that's just an effect for the movie.
Okay.
In the book, when people find the object, they do have this vision in their mind of like what that
Mm,
thing will do for
okay.
them. So it's connected to like a really strong memory. Like the guy who has the jacket, the Letterman jacket, you get to hear about how being in high school was like the best time of his life, and it's the last time he
Mm.
was happy and fulfilled, and now he's just kind of a town drunk, you know?
sounds familiar.
God damn, dude.
So I think in the movie, the shorthand of that was, oh, we'll have a little jolt of electricity and like a not so well produced flashback. So the concept is the same, just the execution's a little different.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured because
Mhm.
like it's a good way to do it quickly and like give it some sort of visual flair at a time where like that I think I don't know like I feel like this story doesn't warrant it necessarily, but I feel like a
Yeah.
19 early 90s like sort of like I don't know what you can call this psychological thriller horror adjacent thing might be required by the studio to have a little more visual
Yeah.
identity.
I feel like the little flashback probably was good enough, but they're like, this is a
Yeah.
Stephen King movie. Like, put some
See,
sparks in there.
No.
yeah, I need somebody that needs to get fucking electrocuted. Um, I more than anything, like the big takeaway I have about this movie is I like as much as I really liked it, I really feel like, and it's pretty much proven by the size of that fucking book, that to me that this is like number one on my personal list of Stephen King adaptations or Stephen King properties that could benefit from a mini-series treatment. I would really love to see like all these characters, their conflicts, their pasts fleshed out. Like I don't know, like there's some seems to be an overwhelming feeling of people thinking this movie's too long. I did not feel that at all. I wanted to know a lot more about these people, and I wasn't disappointed necessarily, but I would love to get more.
Feel like
So,
you could do a Lost Hour. Each episode is like a
mhm.
person, and
Totally.
Yeah, you could do
then
it 6 feet under style where you open with like their past, what their past looks like, the object that is the object of their need or desire, and then you get to know them now, how their life's either fallen apart or whatever, where it is now, and then in some way or another they're intertwined with the townspeople and then gaunt. Like the formula writes itself. It really does.
because I like how the first few actually there are other motivations, but the first few that really start to make an impact are very just emotional based things. They don't really do anything much for the owner.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because like the first one, I like how the kid wanted the baseball card, but his motivation was because it reminded him of his dad, who I assumed had passed away, right? Didn't they mention that his dad was
I
dead
think
or
they did,
something
yeah.
like that? So it
It was like
reminded
the
him
last
of
thing
his
they did together.
dad,
I don't know.
and then the woman with the little figurine, it was because
Mhm.
of she killed her husband and he had broken it. And it was like part of her abuse. And then the guy with the jacket and the high school thing, and now he's just a drunk and no one respects him. So, later it becomes the guy wants the horse thing for the money, and the woman wants the necklace because her hands hurt and stuff like that. But at first, people are just doing things for items that are not really valuable. Like it's just to like help their emotional state in a kind of way. And I like how especially the woman, she's got this little figurine, it's just sitting on the shelf, and she just goes and
Yeah.
looks at it. It doesn't do
Mhm.
anything. It doesn't really help her life in any way, but it's enough motivation to hurt others because of it. So I thought that that was pretty impactful.
Oh,
I could.
another interesting thing about the objects, that's a little different in the book is that they're actually all garbage. So like the
Oh.
baseball card that Brian sees, like later on somebody else sees it and it's not a signed Mickey Mantle baseball card.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like, but so each
He
person
only
like,
sees it as that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fascinating.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So like that's not a
Hmm.
like a necessary part, but it like it makes it even worse in that way that
Mm.
you like gave into this the worst part of yourself and not even for something that was real.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
I
awesome.
like
I
that.
fucking love
Honestly,
that.
that's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
I.
There's
I can tell.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, like, it makes sense that they wouldn't be able to do that, like in this movie that's already kind of
Hmm.
like it's already reaching the capacity for the length of a popcorn movie. So
Mm.
yeah,
I
that's
I
all.
do like that though because there are things. I mean. Like I see these videos to it. It's like such a bummer, but the dudes go in to get like the Pokemon cards,
Oh
and
my
these like
God,
grown
dude.
ass men go and just like scout these Pokemon cards. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about like Pokemon cards don't matter to me at all. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
like things that like people covet and just like I need to get that and I gotta like fuck over children to get that. And I know they're like making money off of it and stuff like that. But like the aspect of somebody else seeing something that's just garbage, it's like that's kind of how I feel. It's like, why would you just be such a fucking dick to children just,
Well, it's like
for those kind of
fucking
things? Like, man.
that story last week or whenever it was of the woman like getting upset at the baseball game. I forget which game it was, and
Yes.
Yeah,
demanding
taking the
that
ball,
a kid
yeah.
give her ball back, her foul ball back. It's like
wow.
that's fucking repulsive to me. I mean I can understand. I have nostalgia for Pokemon cards. I could see myself buying a pack for a whim, for a
Sure.
lark, for $3.
For a
But I'm not the
thrill.
but
But
like
not
if you don't
screw
get
over
any sort of
children.
like no, I would not scalp them because that takes the joy out of it and turns it into a fucking business.
Yeah.
That means I'm just trying to profit off of something I used to care
Like
about. And I don't want to
podcasting.
do
We
that.
used to love
Yeah,
this. And now
I
it's
used to
just
love
all
Now it's
about
this.
the
all
money,
about the
It
money.
boys.
truly
It's all
I'm
about
still trying to figure
those
out what to do with my other two monkey's paw
hundreds of
curls.
dollars we make over years.
The
The riches flow in, but at what cost, truly?
the idea of people being willing to like screw over their neighbors in order to get an item does feel very like American and like understandable. And I think that's a really, really strong theme in this movie, which is
Hmm.
why I kind of wish they pulled out those more magical elements that are happening. I mean, the
Hmm.
lightning and like, the blue whatever crawling all over people for sure, but also there's like some other moments, like one that comes to mind where like he has money and he pulls his wallet out to like buy the jacket and Gaunt's like, "No, I need you to go murder a dog." And he's like, "Yeah, no problem, dude." And like he just does. So like it feels like maybe there's some sort of magical control happening. Like, Brian, he just gives Brian the gun, and Brian's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go kill myself," even though he knows Gaunt is evil. Like, I don't know. There seems to be, maybe I'm reading too much
Well,
into it, but maybe there
I
seems
don't
to
know
be
this.
some kind of control.
At least for Brian, I felt like that was a natural conclusion he came to after sort of like reckoning. Like I think he was given the gun,
Could
but I
be,
think that
yeah, yeah.
he was just manipulated through that process in order to
Hmm.
feel guilt that would then make him want
Right.
to kill himself.
He felt so
So
guilty.
like and that's why he was like giving up the ghost a little bit in the moment
Mm.
and didn't like fully go through with it or
And like
wasn't able to.
Dan murdering his wife, like Dan seemed kind of unhinged this entire
Right.
movie, to be
Dan was
fair,
already a
but
problem. Like
Oh
him
yeah.
killing his wife did seem like a bit of a jump for me. I was like, why on earth would he have done that? I don't know. It
Yeah.
just
I
there are
think
that's why
some
I kind of
I
feel
think
stretches.
that
sorry.
speaks to just a little bit of a lack of character development, kind of like Randy was
Hmm.
Could
saying.
be.
It would be
Yeah.
nice to spend more time with these people. And that's probably why Danforth sort of starts at like an 8
Yeah.
Hmm.
and then goes up from there,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we need to understand that he's kind of an unhinged person. But I think too, I do think that you're maybe giving Gaunt a little too much credit because remember that like these tensions already existed.
That's
Hmm.
fair. Yeah.
And he just shows up and just stirs the pot just a little bit. These people were already on a low simmer and he just
Right.
cranked up the heat. you know,
I
That's
feel
and they
like
were
exactly what
ready
that's
I
to
love
go.
about it.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like
That's
that's
exactly
really
what I love
best
about
too with the like the two different churches,
Love
the
that plot
Baptist
line.
preacher and the
The
priest.
damn Baptists.
He
Yeah,
thought the
like
Baptists blew
well,
his church up. That's
but
crazy.
I mean to be fair though, I mean that's
it.
not
He was
that
aggressive.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
church bombings are not
yeah.
ahistorical.
Yeah, and I like that they highlight some of those things in this because even, the in society today, there's always this, I mean, there's always been this focus on like the villain of society, like who are people villainizing and like the other and stuff like that. But there's always an other, no matter like what you break it down to, it's like, are you Baptist or are
Yeah.
you Catholic?
You're
It's like
splitting
when you
hairs, yeah.
take
That
one
reminds me
group
so much.
away, there's just a new group to
Well,
be
that's that
different from
exact
you.
Stephen King line. That's the exact line from The Mist from the previous
Mm,
thing that we covered with you, Nicole, which was you put two guys in a room together and they'll start devising reasons to kill each other, like something like
Yeah.
that. Like that's the truth. That's human nature.
yeah.
Is fuck you got mine. And this all this like the greatest thing about this is that it's just this guy who through a supernatural means of just knowing things and being able to, I guess, mesmer people in terms of thinking trash is real or whatever. The concept is not that he's going in there and like and turning them into undead zombies that want to kill each other. It's that he's going in there and saying like, "Hey, you want this, right? All you gotta do is this little thing for me." It's like it's the most natural impulse
Hmm.
in the world. You want to get one over on this guy, then deal with this other person you don't know anything about. That's how bad blood starts. That's how bad blood continues to start all over the world continuously for all time.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's like it's playing on one of the worst and most innate human instincts. And that's the like true power of this concept. And I really thought that
Hmm.
it was portrayed shockingly well in this, considering I've like the reputation this movie seems to have as being not all that. So
So I did want to
I don't know.
ask you guys about Leland Gaunt. Like, they don't really tell us like what he is, but do you guys have any theories about like, do you think he's just an evil man? Do you think he's an immortal? Like, is he a demon? Do you guys have any theories about that?
Well, doesn't he alludes
Hey,
to saying
That
he's
bitch
like
does
the
not
devil.
explode.
Didn't he say some like thing about Jesus? Didn't he
yeah, the kid
Yeah.
talk
from
about
Nazareth. Yeah,
yeah,
he's
the
That
guy
might be
from
just
Nazareth,
talking,
he
I
kind
guess, in
of died.
fairness.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
there's
Yeah, but
enough there's more than enough supernatural, like at least in the movie, enough supernatural stuff shown on camera and discussed. And he has all these papers of like fucking
yeah,
the
the papers
Titanic
of
or
the
whatever else. Like,
Holocaust and the Black
yeah,
Plague or
so like
something. Yeah.
I don't
The
I don't think
newspaper
that it's
about the
possible
I
Black
he's
thought he
not
Plague.
was
supernatural.
I thought he was the devil is kind of how I read it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
referencing free will so regularly and just 'cause as he flips through his book, you see all the names that have lines through them, like all the people that he has tricked into killing each other, and it's like page
Hmm.
Yeah.
after page after page. It's really kind
Hmm.
of wild. So that's what I took him as. The
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you
damned,
The
could take
devil.
him in a Stephen
yeah,
King universe. Like that's the thing is like in the Stephen King universe, there's a billion different evil entities. You
Oh
could
yeah.
call him like like
Mm.
think of fucking Pennywise, like a fucking whatever he is, like super fucking space. I don't know,
Mm.
whatever
Yeah.
black hole
yeah,
dwelling motherfucker. I don't remember
yes,
exactly what he
yes.
is, but it's some like
No one
cosmic
knows,
shit.
Randy. Yeah, no
That's
one
the
Spider
thing. So
knows.
like
clown
you can say
black
he's the
hole.
devil, but like that's an easy way to communicate that this is a person
Even-
that is supernatural and means humans harm. So
But
like that's the shorthand I require for it.
to be fair, from a kind of just like biblical aspect, I do like this idea of a devil more than what we typically get of like the
Hmm.
devil trying to own souls or like he's the
Hmm.
opposite of God and that he's like got this realm that he like he resides over and he's like trying to collect these souls. I like the because like part of the kind of idea behind the devil is like trying to prove God wrong, like trying to, you have the story of Job and the deal
Mm.
he makes with God about like I can
Hmm.
corrupt Job and trying to like prove to God that he has made this terrible creature, that like the faith that he puts in man is for nothing, like that they're not great, that like he fucked up in giving them goodwill, or that, so like this idea of like I'm
Free
just
will.
gonna go from place to place to place and just keep shoving it in God's face kind of makes the most sense for the devil. If not like I'm the ruler of hell, it's just like I'm just spiteful towards God and I want to show you how shitty humans are. It's
That's
like kind of
interesting
makes
because I
sense.
kind of took it. I didn't take it that way, and I think that's perfectly valid, and it's kind of cool. It might probably makes more sense than what I was thinking, which is just like he's easy to call the devil because he just gets a kick out of doing this shit. He's
Yeah.
like just a mustache twirling piece of shit that just lives for the joy of causing strife, and like that's I don't know that like a lot of times that's too basic, that's too like ridiculous. But the fact that he's playing so much with people's like human beings prejudices and their bigotry or their desires, he's manipulating people and getting to know what the people think and why they feel the way they do about their lives, about the things that they want. Like that gives it the humanity that the villain lacks. I guess like I don't know, like I think that works just fine. You've got enough humanity out of the quarry of this unknowable creature of the night that you can get by.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. I
I do have to say too that I think Max von Sydow is like
oh my
perfect
god, dude!
casting.
Yeah.
I
He's
can't believe
so
they
fun to
got.
watch.
I can't believe how funny he is to watch, and he's not the only one that does a great job in this. Ed Harris is a fucking incredible actor.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really like Bonnie Bedelia. I don't think her character was given. I thought her character was given the short shrift in this. I really like her as an actress, though, and like I don't know, like everybody in this is putting forth a great performance. That guy playing Danforth, JT, excuse me, JT Walsh.
Hmm.
That dude, I could listen to that guy fucking read the phone book. He's got an amazing voice.
Yeah.
And there was one other person that I was going to call out. I don't know.
I
Oh,
will say
Amanda
the
Plummer
woman,
as
man, I'm
Nisi.
just
Or
the woman. I forget everybody's name, but she, with the little, she killed her husband
Nettie.
or whatever,
Nettie.
Nettie.
that's Nettie. That's
Her
Amanda Plummer.
accent
Yeah.
was driving me like crazy in a
Oh,
bad way.
Don
I was
Davis
like,
too.
man, I could not hang out with this person. If I had to listen to this person speak constantly, I would move away. I just, ooh,
Poor
some,
sweet little Nettie. You don't want
Her
to eat her
accent
apple
suffered, but
pie.
oof.
I really loved her as a character, and like
Hmm.
she portrayed like the emotionality came through even if the voice didn't. And I just love seeing Don Davis, who's the Protestant priest or
Oh,
Protestant
yeah. I
pastor.
I noted that. I was like, oh, there's a Twin Peaks person for Andy.
Garland Briggs. There he is. Always
Yeah,
happy to see
I
him.
really thought the whole cast was pretty good. They were all fun to watch. And there's
Oh,
one
Ridgeway
of
too.
the extra scenes in the longer version is um Polly and Sheriff Pangborn are on his boat together, and he has on the 90s heartthrob. He's got the white sweater and the light jeans and the little boat shoes, and
Oh,
like they have a little banter on his boat,
Nice.
and it's just adorable. It's so sweet,
sploosh.
those two.
I could use that scene because like the boat comes out of nowhere to me, but
Yeah. Also, too,
like
it
sorry,
like
go ahead.
kind of ramps up suddenly. At first it's like go smear some mud on this bitch's clothes and go put some
Hmm.
tickets in this, and then the fucking dog is skinned, and you're like,
Yeah.
God,
Murder with a
that
hammer.
Oh, well,
dog.
the
Explosion.
escalation goes nuts. I
Yeah.
love the
Whew.
third act when just like people you don't know a goddamn thing about start like fucking attacking each other with goddamn scythes and shit. Like all kinds of shit's going down. It turns into that fucking Anchorman fight scene. Like it's insane. People are blowing
Yeah.
up goddamn churches, setting them on fire. Both churches like get burnt down in this
Yep.
fucking one incident. All because
Yep.
this guy's just like fucking around with people behind the scenes in just the perfect Machiavellian way. It's like delightfully evil.
It is kind of fun in an evil way to see how kind of easy it is, because it does, like, of course we're playing it as a drama here, so it's very dramatic in what happens, but it's like plausible enough. Of course, if somebody
Mhm.
fucking skinned my dog, that's but the escalation of like, God damn it, somebody fucking, broke all my
Yeah.
windows and then somebody did this to me or whatever. Some
Flat
of
my
them might be
tires,
a little
whatever.
stretch or something, but I thought it was like, yeah, I mean, people do that shit, they escalate, they try to get one up, over on somebody, or like
Without knowing anything.
they're
Yeah.
not gonna
You
let this
know?
slide, and yeah,
It,
just the arrogance and the pride that goes into it.
Yeah.
It's reasonable enough.
Well, and it's kind of wild, like when Nettie and Wilma finally like have their confrontation. Nettie's like, "You killed my dog," and like Wilma's not even like, "What?
Yeah,
What are
she's
you
just ready
talking
to
about?"
fight her. She's like,
They're
fuck it,
just,
bitch. Yeah.
yeah, they're just so ready to
They're
go
already
that
just
it
so
doesn't even
both
matter.
pissed off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bob,
Yeah.
you're gonna
yeah,
say something there.
Wilma just gets a face full of that shitty mud, man. Like, it's pretty
Yeah.
rough. She could easily just like stop walking into the sheets, but obviously, like for the camera, she's like, "Oh no, there's shitty
Yeah, she
mud
did a full
everywhere."
Chevy Chase
Like,
fall into that shit. It was
God,
ridiculous.
it's
Um,
unpleasant. I
it
mean,
is.
oh, oh.
you
I
just
don't know.
gotta go murder somebody.
This movie reminded me more of Midnight Mass than any other Stephen King thing that I've seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I really, and I love that we all did. I
Mm-hmm,
mean, I don't
mm-hmm.
think there's any secret about that. So like just hitting that cadence, the fucking the atmosphere plus like the people turning on each other, like being manipulated by a smooth talking person, or somebody who's like really impressing them in some way. Like it's just the perfect it's just the perfect catalyst for complete and utter fucking chaos in a town where, like you said, there's always tensions, and 99.99% of the time people keep that shit in check. They might bitch and complain to each other. They might even make snide remarks, but it almost never goes beyond that because people are capable of being adults usually until they are
Mm-hmm.
pushed in the right direction by the wrong agent of chaos. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a perfect setup.
One thing I wanted to touch on that like did not quite work for me is when Sheriff Pangborn is like trying to figure it all out. And he's been like calling to be like, "Hey, is this guy really from Akron? Whatever." But when he finds all of the newspapers of like all these world events, and that's like the smoking gun for him that this man is
Mhm.
like not a human being. That's what he says. But I was like, that's a little thin because I'm like, first of all, you're in an antique store and like the
Yeah.
man can have vintage
Mhm.
newspapers, and two, it's like Nazis, atomic bomb, giant world
Yeah.
tragedy, two murdered in Castle Rock. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Like the fucking New England Gazette versus the New York Times, the
yeah.
Tribune, like all this shit. Like
Yeah, so I
true.
would love to
World
have
events.
seen a little more subtle like
Hmm.
investigation where Alan realizes what he's dealing with. It's not a huge knock, but that always has not quite like gelled for me.
They do have another moment where they're sitting together, Alan and Gaunt, and they're having pie, and Gaunt is like, "Damn,
Mhm.
I wish I had some cheddar cheese to put on this." And right then and there, he's the devil.
Dude, I never got that shit. When he said that, I was like, what the fuck?
You
Cheese
know,
on some apple pie?
It might be a
that's a
Stephen
thing.
King
Did you
thing.
not? Do you know that that's a
I
thing?
know it is a thing.
Okay,
I
okay.
Oh.
just,
I didn't because
People
like
do it.
I
Yeah.
I
learned that
know.
from movies. I didn't know that, and then eventually I did try it, and it's not bad.
Okay, so that is a Stephen King quirk, though. He puts weird food in his books, and I assume it's New England, old New England stuff. But like he talks about like ketchup and onion sandwiches and
Oh God.
all kinds of wild stuff. Like I would love to start like an Instagram just making all of the weird Stephen King foods that we come across. Anyway,
Well,
I
shit.
Do
digress.
Take
it.
that.
Don't want cheddar
Clip this
cheese on
out
my
because we're
apple
doing
pie.
that.
We're doing that.
No.
We are doing that.
Gnarly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that bad.
I'd try it. I'd
It's not
try.
my preferred way of doing. I prefer ice cream, but it's not bad.
Yeah, because you're not a psycho.
It's all dairy. It's all
Can't
dairy,
prove that.
whatever.
It's all
Uh,
dairy with
Yeah.
an E.
any other major points you guys want to hit on before we rate this thing?
Well, I want to ask you guys another question,
Yeah.
especially Bob, since you are a collector. What object would entice
Oh,
you in Needful Things?
Bob, what's tempting you over there, Bob? What's the one
Oh
blue
man.
you just can't get, you know?
It would be some like vintage horror VHS tapes, like an old school like Return of the Living Dead or like Silent Night, Deadly Night or something that's like impossible to find, or if you do it's people sell it for like $1,000 or some nonsense like that.
Mm.
Some classic 80s VHS for sure. That'd
Anybody
get me.
else have thoughts?
I
I'd
don't
be
know, man,
throwing
because
shitty mud on everybody's clothes.
that's the thing is like I can't think of a whole lot of things that would make me want to slash somebody's tires. If somebody like said, "Okay, well the price of this is for you to go slash this person's tires that you don't know that much about and don't care about," and I was like,
Well,
"No,
even
that's
that
so
that
fucking
aside,
shady."
like because
Like,
none of these
Just something you
people
really want.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of these people know they're
well,
going to
there's
be
plenty
asked
of
to
things
do
I
something
want.
terrible. They're just drawn to an object,
I
you know?
can't
Yeah,
think of
but like
anything I'm
I'm trying to think of
drawn
the thing that would
to,
actually get me to cross
though.
that line. But
Yeah,
there's
like
plenty of things that
I
I
mean,
want. But
nothing. That's why, like, I
right,
feel like there's some kind of magical element happening. Even if these people dislike each other, like some of them don't even really seem to know each other at all.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think there's some kind of magical element happening.
like
But
even
Randy,
from
what
an
would you murder
emotional
for?
sense. Yeah. What?
I
What
don't
would
know.
you
I
murder
genuinely don't
for?
know. They like he'd have to surprise me. I don't fucking
Apple and cheese
have any idea.
pie? Would that
That's
do
I
the
it?
can't think
one.
of
That's the one.
anything that I can't just buy right now with my own money.
Well, you're a lucky
Must be
man.
nice.
Fucking
I mean, but even just like
fucking
keeping
Soju
things,
Musk over here.
it's just like, I mean, unless it's some fucking estate or some shit, I mean, which is not a thing, you know, there's no item that entices me to be like, I gotta have that item. There's nothing that,
Like if it could be a magical item, like something that like
well,
allowed me to fucking teleport or something like
oh,
that is
sure.
just not
Then I'd kill
possible, then
everybody.
yeah, I'd do anything. No, but like that's where it starts to turn my head a little bit. But if it's like just like I'm not going to do it for just a collector's object or even like an object that's sentimental to me. Like I thought actually, I did have this thought when I was thinking, I was like, what kind of like personal item would I really want to have back that would be incredible
Mm,
if I came across in a
hmm.
store? And you guys will remember this. I when I was in high school, our buddy Chris gave me this thing that was gifted to him by his aunt or something on a trip, and it was like a little ivory elephant necklace. And I used to wear that shit all the time. I don't know why. I just really liked it. I just liked it, and I wore it all the fucking
Yeah.
time. And eventually, it like broke off or something, and I was really bummed about it. So like. That's the sort of thing that I would be like, oh fuck. If I saw it in a shop, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. So if that answers your question, hopefully.
Yeah,
But
that's a great. I
I
think it's a
would
great
not do
answer.
anything to
Yeah.
anybody for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think so I love antique stores and that was my first thought when this movie started. I was like haunted antique store. Like I'm hooked. Like he would have me
Hmm.
hooked, you know. I'd be in there all the time browsing through the dusty stacks and I don't really know what
Just
my
racking
object
up
would
bodies.
be. Yeah, just racking them
Do you
up.
think he
Yeah,
goes to
just
conventions with the dude from
every
Kronos
day.
or
Yeah, every day I'm in there. What do you need me to do today? I don't know. It is hard. It is hard to think of one object, but Bob, I probably would be kind of like you, maybe like a dusty first edition of like a Frankenstein or something might hook me or
Heck yeah, that'd be cool.
an original
something like
print,
that.
real
Yeah.
Frankenstein?
Autographed
Wow.
to Nicole.
Oh, or a London After Midnight, the lost
Oh,
media.
Randy,
Yeah,
now we're killing
rescue
some
the lot.
folks.
I could be Leland gone. Who's ready to
Now
wheel
we're
and deal? Let's
talking.
go.
Take me to
All
the
right,
turkey pen.
Bob. I'm gonna have you pudding panty someone.
Let me at
I
him,
can do
boss.
that. I've got lots of experience with
You
the
have
pudding
lots of
panties.
experience.
It's my
Oh.
special move.
The pudding panning.
Oh
My
God.
special.
I'm gonna
Oh.
have you pudding Benny. God damn,
The preacher.
that's a throwback. Jesus Christ. Woo.
I think we're not going to describe what that is just for the
I think
mystery of
the
it.
imagination makes it better.
It's fairly self-explanatory, you know. That's
Is it?
two ingredients, and that's the name of the thing. Anyway,
Ooh. Ah.
let's go ahead and rate this thing out of 5. Nicole, why don't you kick us off? How do you feel about Needful Things?
Oh, well, like I was saying earlier, Stephen King adaptations they've become their own subgenre, and a lot of times they're sort of like infamously bad. But I also often enjoy the bad ones as well as the good ones. And I think a lot of that comes from like the 90s nostalgia. The sort of the worst era of King was when I was a kid. And so I was excited to see it sort of no matter what. So I have sort of kinder eyes towards those things. And for me, Needful Things kind of falls right in the middle of King adaptations. Like it's not great, it's not bad, it sits right in the middle. And the major positives for me are the story setup and the cast, and then the ending. Like we talked about, this movie does a really good job of setting up this cute little coastal town. We get a decent look into the townspeople. You know, we get a pretty good feel for like where we are and what's going on. Um, to me, it feels like a mashup of Salem's Lot and Something Wicked This Way Comes. And that is a great combo. And also because it borrows from those things, I think it helps us sort of understand where we are even more. Like it's a nice little shorthand. Um, I think, like we said, Ed Harris and Max von Sydow are fantastic as our two leads. Bonnie Bedelia is good. Would love to see more of her. But I do believe she and, Sheriff Pangborn's relationship, and I'm kind of rooting for them. Um, the ending is kind of a big, ridiculous ending, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's appropriate for the story, and this never happens. It is better than the book ending, in my opinion.
Whoa.
Oh, tell
Yeah.
us more.
The book ending is it's kind of too big, and there's it's just a little nebulous and it's a little too big, and you're like, wait, what? So this to me sort of wraps everything up in a neater way that still makes a lot of sense. Um, Also, I think that we got a couple of really great speeches about evil, maybe a little cliche, but they both worked for me. I love when Pangborn is talking to the Catholic priest about evil, and he's like, Father, is the devil real? And blah, blah, blah. And the priest basically says, the devil lives in us every day. Like the devil is real and he lives in us every day. I was like, that's a great little monologue about where we are in this movie. And then I also love his big speech at the end. It's great, it's cathartic, it's
Mhm.
satisfying, and I love it when all the townspeople are like, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did
Yeah.
this. It's just like this great coming together where they're like, we're going to own up to our mistakes and we're going to get this man out of our town. It's just, after everything we've seen, it's so satisfying. Um, da, 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 da. Let's see what else. Like I said earlier, I love the sort of little evil, big evil dichotomy in this story. Stephen King is just a master of understanding human beings, especially just everyday common people. And I think that's why his work continues to be timeless. That's why this book that was written in the late 80s, early 90s feels super relevant today. Because people don't really change. So watching this, I got just as much, if not more, out of it now as watching it the first time. Um, I think, I've gushed and gushed about this, but I think my biggest criticism of this movie is that to me it feels like a TV miniseries, even though it was a studio film. It lacks a little bit of the depth and seriousness of the book. The book, like I said, it's pretty heavy, it's pretty dark, and it's really important, I think, to the resonance of the story. And I found myself in this movie really engaged up until Nettie and Wilma's death, and then it drug a little bit for me after that. And then, of course, like I said, I think the end was great and brought it all together. Um, but saying that, I really enjoy this movie. It's perfect for turning on a fall afternoon. It's also a great one that like you don't even need to pay attention to it. If you want to put it on while you're cooking chili or putting up your fall decorations, like it's great
Or
for that. It's
flying on
got
a
a
plane.
yeah, flying in a plane. It's got a great little soundtrack. Um, so also I had made this note, and you mentioned it, Randy, but I think if we could get an 8 to 10 episode series of this story, I think it would be fantastic. I really miss those yearly King miniseries that we used to get in the 90s. bring it back with Needful Things. It would be great for everybody. But anyway, for the 3 hour TV version of Needful Things, I'm going to finally wrap it up and give it 3 stars.
3 hours gets
Three,
three
a star
stars
an hour.
from Nicole.
Pretty good
Rand
return.
Diesel, how do you feel about the 2 hour cut?
I feel pretty similarly to you, Nicole, about a lot of this. Like, I don't know. I haven't read the book, obviously. I would love to see some of these characters extrapolated upon. I do kind of like this silly cadence, considering this is a truncated version. I kind of see this as like if they blew this out into a miniseries, I would expect a kind of again like kind of the tenor of like a Midnight Mass or something like that, where it's like kind of not pitch dark, but like very much darker than this, much less carnival feel. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, but for the length of this, for truncating, it's kind of the little golden book version, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So I can kind of understand it. I just, I want to know more about, these individual conflicts. I think there's just like a lot of stories that could be told in this situation. And I'm sure in the book, a lot more are extrapolated upon in great length. So that's kind of my big like regret with this thing. But I just really enjoyed it. Like I like it kind of for what it is. You mentioned the score. The score is really good, especially the intro's got this like the title sequence is this Beetlejuice hocus pocus like
Hmm.
rushing over fall autumn scenery thing that just works so great with this amazing like little like jaunty evil soundtrack going. And I love that. Like it just immediately put me there. That sort of thing can be overused, and I think probably was around that time in cinema. But like this, it just really works, man. It really works for this story in particular because it's about a whole town. It's about this thing that's happening in a kind of a spread out way, and it's kind of zeroing in on our characters, right? I don't know. I love that. I love watching all these characters do their thing. JT Walsh, JT Walsh, that's his name.
Hmm.
JT Walsh is incredible in this. He plays such an incredible like scumbag piece of shit, like manipulator and opportunist. Ed Harris is like just a perfect everyman insert character that knows his shit, but also uh, I don't know. They can kind of see what's going on, but is a little tethered to reality and is unable to see it for its full scope right away. Max von Sydow is Max von Sydow. It's incredible. It's incredible work from him as always. So I don't know, man. I have a hard time giving this even as low as a 3. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. I really enjoy this. I would like to see the 3 hour cut. I don't know that it'll improve things for this iteration of it, but I just want more, and like that's the best I'm going to do
Yeah,
until Mike Flanagan gets tapped finally.
you do get more time with the characters. Really, the story doesn't change at all. You just get a little bit more time with everybody. So
That's
it's on
exactly what I
YouTube
want.
for now. So you
Oh,
can find it
okay.
on YouTube.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. And like, I don't know, the ending didn't bother me at all. Like, I think it's like the natural conclusion of things. Like, I'm used to seeing like the trope of Stephen King stories. Stephen King doesn't know how to end stories, or whatever, and all that shit. I don't I don't have a problem with this ending. I think it works really well. It blows out completely, and then you have this really cathartic moment, like you said, with the speech where everybody turns on Gaunt, except for the one guy who's just like destined to be a piece of shit right up until the end. It's just it's just peak cinema. 3.5 stars.
Peak cinema, 3.5 stars out of 5. Juice, how do you feel?
Can't get any better than this. Three and a
Solid
half.
That's
one
it.
star.
3.5.
Yeah, I like this pretty good. It was a nice, just kind of light watch, and maybe because I'm used to the style of like the 90s and stuff like that. Nothing really bothered me about the production or the look or the acting of it. Really, I think my biggest problems are just that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to see a 3 hour version of this, to be honest, but it does feel a little thin, I guess, in some places, but also some of the time, like I didn't enjoy my time with the gambler as much as I did with other people. Like I really do like the small town feel. It's almost got this kind of like Springfield-esque vibe where you can easily jump to different characters they're not that hard to figure out. You know, they've kind of got like one or two key distinct aspects about them and a motivation, and it all just kind of makes sense and works well together. But having to spend so much time with like the gambler, or also I think the fiance doesn't get a whole lot. And I feel like we maybe need some different motivations too. Like hers actually like made the most sense of, I have this crippling disability that brings me pain and like deeply affects my life in a terrible way. And all of a sudden that's taken away and I get to be a normal person. And then it's taken away again. And you have to like beg to get it back almost. That even like pushing it to those ends makes a little bit more sense. And I kind of maybe wish we got a little bit more of that or something. I don't know. I was a little not disappointed, but when the end happened, I was like, yeah, okay. I don't really know how to fix these things. I don't have like a suggestion. I just think it was just things that I was like, hey, it started off stronger than I think it ended for me. Like I agree after the death of Nettie and the turkey lady, I really just kind of started to drift along more instead of being engaged. But I really like the setup and the atmosphere. I love the small town. I love the autumn vibes. Soundtrack is good. I love how evil this son of a bitch is, and I love when he's in the shadows and his fingernails get long and dirty and his teeth get fucked up, and he's really evil. And even the little building that he's in is a spooky, it's cool. It's got good vibes. It's got really good vibes, really good atmosphere. And yeah, it was a pleasant watch for me. But nothing like super special. So I think I'm gonna give it a 3 as well. Bob, out of 5, you seemed the loosest of us all, per usual.
Yeah, I think I am a little
So where are you
looser.
gonna rate this one?
Give us your wrong opinions.
Bob, let us shit
Tell us
on
why we're
you.
Oh,
ignoring
I
you
will.
today.
Oh, I will. Yeah, a little looser on this one than you guys. This to me like is just begging to be a miniseries, like painfully, desperately wants to be, but just isn't. So it's in this weird kind of middle place where there's a lot of stuff left in the story that I think they could have removed, and it wouldn't have actually affected the story in any way. It would have just cut the runtime down. Or you could go the opposite direction and have a full-blown like 8 or 10 episode miniseries where you really focus on like one or two conflicts per episode, and you really get to soak in these characters in these small town kind of vibe and interactions. And I think either one of those would have worked better than what we got here. So like maybe potentially I would have preferred the 3 hour cut. But the 2 hour cut felt way too long to me. It needed to be like 90 minutes, I thought. We didn't talk a whole lot about Polly, but Juice, you mentioned her arc a little bit. Like you could take that entirely out of this movie and it wouldn't change a damn thing, really. And like she didn't actually ask for anything because how could she ask for a magical Egyptian necklace to fix her arthritis? Like because it doesn't exist, right? So like he just gives it to her and then she takes it off and then he like has sex with her or something, or like they're laying in bed and he's like making out, and then the scene cuts. So you're like, I don't know what that has to do with anything. I don't. There's just like little bits and pieces that just don't add up that you
I
could have
think it. Oh, I'm
entirely
sorry. I
removed, I
shouldn't
think.
interrupt.
So yeah, there was definitely the second act bogged like pretty hard for me. The setup at the beginning is very interesting. You're like, okay, figuring out like these are the pawns and he's moving them on the board and like, getting these people angry at each other. And like as you do learn about the characters, that's the most interesting part of the story, I think. Probably could have just used more because those quick little flashbacks only get you so far. But like Alan proposing to his fiance and like all of that felt like it was really going to have a lot of meaning. And then by the end, when she finds the pile of money on his boat, he's like, Gaunt's a liar, that's not true. And then that's just kind of it. And like he saves the town. I don't know. It just doesn't really conclude at all in a satisfying way, I don't think. But I do like just the general concept of this, like, the small New England town where like everybody knows everybody and like they're all probably a little too close to each other and like a little too nosy and, or maybe a little too fed up with each other. And this guy gets in there, this stranger, and just starts making everything worse. Screwing over your neighbor to get some sort of like item that you covet, I think really is a great underlying story for this. And like the devil keying in on that and basically tricking people into murdering each other, I think is a really like perfect kind of Stephen King type story. Big time fall foliage here. They got that going for it. Overall, a little too long. Second act, a little boring. The ending was cool though. I was pretty into the ending actually. So kind of down the middle here. 2.5 out of 5 from your boy Bob.
I'm loose.
That's gonna put our aggregate at a 3 flat for Needful Things.
All right. Seems
Damn.
appropriate.
All right.
There you go. So, Ray and Diesel, why don't we jump over to our Rotten Tomatoes segment, see what the critics and users have to say about Needful Things.
Certified fresh to death.
Well, you got it, boss. Here we go. This here's the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I'm going to have these folks guess within the best of their ability what the aggregate positive score is for Needful Things on RottenTomatoes.com. Starting as we always do with the tomatometer or the users, I'm going to go ahead and give our esteemed guest the chance to guess first. So, Nicole, what do you think those 27, did I say this? There are 27 reviews counted here in the tomatometer, excuse me. What percentage would you say are positive reviews?
This is so hard. I feel like so many factors go into this. But I am gonna take the comedy number this evening. Give me a 69.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit.
69 dudes.
69
Wow.
dudes. I see.
A time-honored tradition.
Yeah.
Soju, why don't you bring up the middle here? What are you thinking?
Well, one thing I was kind of surprised about because I didn't really know anything about this movie, but y'all kept hinting that maybe it doesn't have a good reputation. Is that the general? Do people just generally
That's
think
what
this
I
is
gathered
kind of a
before I saw
poor
this.
adaptation?
That has nothing to do with the Rotten Tomatoes score. I did not see this
No, no, no.
before
I just meant
had heard
throughout,
that.
y'all. I didn't know anything about that.
I've heard mixed
Really?
things about it, as with any King adaptation.
Okay.
That's kind of
Okay.
fringe. I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna be kind of in the range here from our score. So I'm gonna go 60 and go slightly down.
Okay, 60 for Soju. Bob, bring up the rear here. What are you thinking? We got 69, we got 60.
Bob, bring up my rear.
Bringing up the rear.
Bring up
I'll
my
split the
rear.
diff with a 65, please.
Whoa,
Okay,
Bob.
65. We're all
Mr.
in the
Meat
60s
over
here
there.
today. Mr. Meat,
Mr.
they
Meat.
call me. They call me Mr. Meat. Yeah, 27 reviews, and we have a 60, a 65, and a 69% as our guesses. Let me do some terrible math here.
Oh no.
One of you is just a scant 27 percentage
I think
points
I might
off.
be taking this one.
Oh, boy.
Squad.
And you are 33% is the correct
Oh,
answer.
man.
33%.
Wow, that's really
Wow.
surprising.
I agree. I fully agree with you.
I guess you were
Yeah.
right, Nicole. I guess there is not a good reputation around this movie. That's so surprising. I wonder what year did this come out?
93.
93.
This feels kind of appropriate for 93, right?
It might be too conventional for that era. Like maybe that was part of it. Like we have a nostalgia for it, and we don't see movies quite like this with this kind of color grading. This kind, at least some of these techniques just are out of vogue. But if they were like heavily used at the time, maybe that contributes to the negativity. I don't know. That's just a off the cuff guess.
Feels very 93 actually, now you think about it. Like the color palette. stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but not bad enough to tank it.
I don't think
I agree.
so.
Like, it's
And
such a fun concept. I can't even.
the runtime also seems kind of appropriate for the time. I feel
Oh,
like
it's
movies
way
around
too long.
93 were around like longer than 90 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, well, especially it's based on such a long novel, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, we need butts and seats.
Yeah.
If it's too short, the King fans are gonna not be happy about this.
What year did the It miniseries come out?
90.
96? Oh,
91. No, was it
90.
90?
90.
90.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was really highly regarded at the time, so
Hmm.
people were probably
Mhm.
thinking, "Oh,
And the acting in that is way worse. So I don't know.
you think it is
I
way
don't know.
worse than this?"
Ugh.
No, some of the acting in that
Yeah.
and like some of the
Oh, the
techniques and stuff. It's
acting.
definitely made for TV. It's got it hits a
Oh,
glass
yeah.
ceiling and it does not crash through.
Yeah, gotcha.
Tim Curry aside, Tim Curry is the reason that movie is highly regarded, in my opinion.
Fair.
All right, let's move over to our user reviews now that the yeets or skeets or whatever the fuck are out of the way. We have 10,000 plus ratings from our users on the poopometer. So we're going to go in reverse order here. And Bob, you're going to tell us what you think those 10,000 plus ratings net to in a percentage point.
Ooh. Well, I think it's definitely going to be a little higher than the critics here. Probably not very high. I'll take a 55, please.
Oh, a 55.
55.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. I try to appease. Juice, come in the middle. You're Mr. Meat this time.
Mr. Meat Stains.
God.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking low now. I'm thinking low. I'm gonna go 50 then. I'm gonna go lower than Bob.
Okay. All right, Nicole, you going over, under? You got 50 and 55 on your plate.
Well, Justin just took my number.
Oh no.
So I'm going to do the thing I didn't want to do and go even lower. And I'm going to say 45.
45. Ooh,
Mr. Meat,
shillelagh.
for
I wanted
sure.
to have more faith than that.
Well, one of you
Randy.
is a massive 1 percentage point off
Oh,
from the correct
shit.
answer. And that correct answer is 44%. Our esteemed guest,
Oh!
Nicole, is
Damn.
going to walk this one.
Woo!
So I don't know, do
Hell
you skeet,
skeet!
do you yeet, do you bleat, do you...
Of
I
course
don't know.
I skeet. Of course.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm so
Yes!
sorry to offend.
Yes!
Yeet and skeet. There
The
we
yeet
go.
and
Oh, man.
skeet.
Classic.
All right.
Yeah. You know, my crush is
Congratulations.
legendary. We all know this.
Although I will say, you guys all still managed to overbid by just the 1 percentage point. It's 45 to 40. Like, I'm
Wow.
shocked by the
Justice.
27 critics I could understand to some degree. 10,000 fucking fans really did not like this.
Yeah.
It's surprising. to me.
Damn.
Y'all need to reevaluate. You need to rewatch and reevaluate.
Y'all need
Maybe they
Jesus,
only
as
watched the
they say.
2-hour cut. They
That's what it is.
need
Yeah.
to strap in for that 3rd hour. That's what.
Strap in.
Y'all need
Um,
Jesus.
And to strap.
Those damn Baptists, I tell you.
That's who it is. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Always,
Christianity.
it's always
Ain't that the
it's
truth?
always the Baptist.
All right, let's read a couple negative
Always.
reviews and see what we feel about them. Here
They're
we
the
go.
worst.
They're the worst. Overlong, overproduced Stephen King byproduct. Forget it, along with Firestarter, In the Mouth of Madness, Maximum Overdrive, and all the others. Byproduct is a weird way of saying adaptation. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
What are you
Also,
talking about?
bro doesn't know what he's talking about with In the Mouth of Madness. That ain't got nothing to do with Stephen King.
Get him.
And-
Get
And also, is
'em.
he saying, he says all the others, so is he just saying like just Stephen King sucks? Because if so, we can disregard in general.
Maybe.
All
Maybe.
adaptations, I guess.
Here's another negative review. Max von Sydow has some good lines, but he delivers them in an utter vacuum. All right, I guess. I didn't see no
Cool.
Dustbusters myself.
Disagree.
Yeah, hard disagree. One more. By the end of the film, I couldn't care less if the town's entire population had been dragged down to Lucifer's fiery abode. Well, you didn't get the key message, my friend. What can I say? You missed right over your head. Yeah, there's no critics consensus. Too short of a too few reviews from the critics. So we're gonna call that a day. Bob, how's our trivia time looking?
I have these. Yeah, I've got some things we can get into. Let's do it. Let's do
It's
it.
totally time for trivia.
For trivia. All right. So Stephen King's original novel also featured a return appearance by Ace Merrill, the bully, played by Kiefer Sutherland in Stand By Me. Is that true? Can you confirm that, Nicole?
Yeah, in the book, yes. Ace
Wait,
Merrill's
say
in
that
it.
again. Who?
So, okay, so Stand By Me, there's a character called Ace
Mhm.
Merrill, played by Kiefer
Yeah, the
Sutherland. He's
villain.
the bully. He also
Mhm.
shows up in Needful Things, the book.
Oh.
Oh,
Because
oh,
it's
in the
because it's
book.
both
Okay.
Castle Rock. They're both set in the
Mm,
same
Right.
town, Castle Rock. So I can't
Right.
remember
Right.
his arc, but he's in it.
He is in there.
Are there any other crossover characters that you know of, Nicole?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked. Sheriff Alan Pangborn is also the sheriff in The Dark Half. And an adaptation of The Dark Half came out the same year, and Pangborn was played by Michael Rooker. So in the same year, we got two Pangborns, one Michael Rooker, one Ed Harris.
wow.
Oh, interesting.
Fun, right?
That is fun. I'm having fun.
We're
Um,
all having fun here.
All of us.
I'm so glad my knowledge is coming in handy.
Nice. In the 3-hour cut of this, we see Brian Rusk's mother. She's got a side story where she buys some sunglasses that were worn by Elvis Presley.
Oh, is that why she's wearing those fucking weird ass glasses? Okay. I was like, is his mom like, is she also an alcoholic or something? Like, what's she doing? She looks kind of rough.
Yeah,
Just because she was
that's the
wearing
deal.
random ass glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
People just need to
Uh,
get their shit together and live right. That's really what they need to do.
Oh,
They
well,
really
when you
do.
put it like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
Man,
it's that simple.
why aren't get this man a pulpit?
Just need to live like soju, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Good,
At the top.
clean living.
So the director, Fraser C.
It's not that
Heston,
clean, but
It's very
at
stained,
the
you might say.
at the behest of the TBS network, he prepared a two-part miniseries cut of this movie, which included the extra hour, as we've mentioned several times. This was called More Needful Things. He does not call this a director's cut whatsoever. It was purely made just for TBS. But there you go. You can buy it
That's
on
the
disc.
overlong core?
Yeah,
That's
that's the
More needful things? That's a
More Needful Things.
I will
that's
say though, in
such a
the
90s television thing.
in the TV edit, it's really funny though because they do like dub over a lot of the cussing, and it's like
Yeah.
it's just the lips and the sound, they're not matching. So that's kind of that cracked me up pretty good a few times.
God
I will
found you.
I will say, Rick and Morty actually have a lot of really good horror spoofs now that I realize it, because they've got like the Scary Terry, they've got the Hellraiser, and then they did this one too. And the only thing about that, I like the Rick and Morty change where the item gave you, it was more like a monkey's paw, where the item
Yeah.
gave you something.
Oh.
And so when I saw this and he was like, no, you just have to do a favor for me, I was a little surprised and kind of disappointed a little
too.
bit. Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed. I was like, oh, good. Like, so this is like adjacent to, but not the same. Like, I was happy to be a little bit surprised, I guess.
Yeah.
Just need to play a little practical joke. They'll never know it was
That's
you.
all. I was kind of like Bob. I was like, people, why wouldn't they just pay for this? And the kid, I understand. The kid, sure. But all these adults have money.
Well, Soju, think about this though. Like, so that little figurine that she was looking at, that could be like a $800 German made
okay,
collect. That's so think about it that way. Like the Mickey Mantle base card. I mean, that's like a priceless thing. So like this
Sure.
little kid can't afford that. So I
Sure,
think
that's
that
fine,
is
yeah.
That is something in the book that I think is a little more pronounced too, is that these are like valuable
Rare
antiques.
items, yeah.
That this little woman in, busted down Maine working at a cafe could never buy this
Sure.
thing.
I think
So,
they could have stressed that a little bit more of like these are rare, one of a kind items, and it just so happens to be the item that everyone covets the most.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
starts
that's
putting
fair.
cheese on that apple pie, she'll make enough money to buy whatever she wants.
Oh,
I need you to
extra
do me a sick and
cheese.
twisted favor.
Cheese.
Top this pie with cheddar cheese.
Craft single this apple pie.
No.
Put it on
Now you're talking real
slowly.
dirty.
Oh God.
God.
Warm it
Cheese
up a
whiz
little
if you
bit.
wouldn't
You know,
mind, my
really
dear.
lay it on
As,
slow.
as if it was whipped cream, but it's just easy cheese out of the can.
Slather it on,
That's
my dear.
Oh, that's good stuff.
heinous.
That's how they do it in Maine. That's what I
They
hear.
love their cheddar.
Any Maine-nites, call in and tell us about your grotesque
Man.
cheeseries.
Tell on
Would
yourself,
love to hear it.
Mhm.
please. That's enough trivia. That'll do it. Let's go and talk Cooter of the Week.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the week.
Juice, what is a Cooter and why do we hump him?
No, Cooter's a character type in a straight chillin' exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a Cooter. But we want the Cooter with the most points. The 5 points of Cooterdom are sexual deviancy, manipulation, smug arrogance. Nicole, what am I missing?
Look in attire and patheticness.
Nailed
Oh,
it.
shit, look at
Very
that.
good, very good. We are Cooter hunters here. Who do we think? I think we probably got a couple of Cooters, maybe a
I
handful.
think so.
Maybe a Baker's does. We'll see.
The whole
Oh,
town?
I think maybe Leland
Yeah.
was the easy place to start.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Devil
Manipulation.
himself, Mr.
Manipulation
DeVille.
check.
Yeah, manipulation
Yeah.
is like his whole bag, baby.
Sexual deviance.
Sexual deviancy.
Yeah, he's out here just trying to fuck Bonnie Bedelia just to fuck over.
Yeah.
Paying porn.
Arrogance.
Smug
Yeah.
arrogance, that's his thing.
Sure.
I think he hits those
Yeah.
3, but I think he kind of skates by on those 3 because looking at Tyre, the man looks dapper as shit.
His
And patheticness, he is way too
personal
powerful to be pathetic.
hygiene could be a little better.
Yeah, them teeth.
But he keeps it on the
Fingernails.
DL. You know what? If so, he puts on
It's
the
not
effort in front of
that
people.
low.
Yeah, I do have to say, like, we didn't talk about it a lot, but him up on Polly was real gross. Like, it made me real uncomfortable. And to answer your question, Bob, that was her favor for the amulet. I think that was the favor.
Oh,
The banging.
that's really.
I think it's about corrupting
Yeah.
people and using that corruption
That's
to corrupt
true.
other people.
Yeah.
So like he
So
uses
he's
that
making
to
her
almost
cheat
get
on-
Pangborn to murder a guy.
Yeah.
Out of
but
rage.
also, like, she was also sort of like in a little bit of like a fog while this was going
She was
on,
mesmerized,
which
for sure.
also makes it very non-consensual. So
Yeah.
book him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know what else too? Like Max von Sydow, even as an old man, like he's a good-looking older man, you know?
Yeah, he is.
But man, in this movie, just totally a creeper. Just ugh, gives me the
Yeah,
ick.
well, you know.
I've always been a creeper.
For
Always.
10,000 years.
Well, he definitely hits it. And then everybody else in this town is apparently a murderer or willing to be a murderer.
Well,
They're
that's we could do the gambling man. What's his name?
I think
Buster.
Buster.
Buster,
I think
yeah, Buster,
Buster
of
is my
Buster
the one that
Keaton.
I prefer.
So
Wow.
Buster, he's pathetic. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
deeply.
yeah.
Oh,
Big
That's the
time.
most thin-skinned
Yeah.
person I've ever seen outside of a White House.
Yeah. All right, so we got patheticness,
Arrogance for sure.
smug arrogance. Yeah, when he's like, I own this town or whatever, or this
Mhm.
town's nothing without me. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way he talks down to his wife, it's very,
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
Manipulation, I think he's being manipulated at the same time, and it may not be his plan, but fucking willing to blow up a goddamn church. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Also, remember he was embezzling funds from the town
that's
Yeah.
before
true. To
got ever got
gamble.
there. Yeah, so that's definitely some manipulation happening there.
And he
That's
tried to he
true.
also tried to grease the wheels with Pangborn, like pretty
Yes, he
overtly a
did.
couple
Yeah,
times. So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, is there sexual deviancy though?
No, I think he's one track mind, and that track is the track.
Money.
So,
Money.
Ugh,
um,
got the wrong addiction
let's
there,
see.
guy.
Looking
Sex
a
is the
tire
way
by
to
the end, he's
go.
looking pretty fucked. I don't know, like he's looking pretty haggard by the end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he hits
I
enough.
think
He
he
hits
I think it's
enough.
just those three.
To
Yeah.
me, he has more of a like effusively cooter feel to me.
Because he's more
Big
pathetic. I
time.
think
Yeah.
patheticness
because he's more pathetic. I really
yeah.
think that is the secret sauce
Yes,
to cooter.
that patheticness. It's weighted higher. I really think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Is there anyone else? Probably. How about the guy with the jacket? He feels pretty pathetic too, am I right?
What was his name?
He kills the dog. I mean,
Hugh?
what the
Hugh.
fuck, dude? You're gonna
Hugh
kill a
Priest.
dog for a
He like
jacket?
petting it first,
It's
like
yeah,
you are-
it's one
fuck
thing
you.
to like smear some mud on some clothes,
Yeah.
but
Or even to break
skinning
a
a
window.
dog
He like
that's
hangs it up
with the-
too.
yeah,
I
with
know
the-
he displays
with a
it,
pocket knife, dude. What the fuck?
but he's
Pretty
also like
messed
very
up.
sweet to the dog right before, and he's like, well,
Yeah.
time to
Yeah,
get
he
to
doesn't
breakfast," or
hate
whatever
the
fuck he
dog or
says.
anything. Yeah. It didn't bite
I'm
him.
even
I'm
think-
gonna keep it.
Like Gaunt doesn't even. He just says to kill the dog. He doesn't say like turn it inside out.
Maybe,
And,
yeah.
I
you
don't know
do
that we
whatever.
get all the
you know?
details of what he's asking until
Yeah.
like they kind of bury the lead on a lot of it, but so I don't know for sure.
Disturbing.
They don't show that. That's true.
Yeah. So
Um,
I think
Yeah.
he hits manipulation, patheticness, maybe looking
say-
a tire. That jacket's not that cool.
what a fucking square.
I think that fits into his patheticness, though. That jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
plays
I would say
into his
arrogance too,
patheticness.
because I think that like the fall from grace he had from high school plays into the patheticness as well.
But also the way he
Um,
kicks that dude's jukebox too. He's always just in there
Yeah,
kicking
just-
people's shit.
don't kick the
Like,
jukebox,
Yeah,
you're
what the
fine.
fuck is your
It's 'cause
problem?
Achy breaky heart was skipping.
Achy breaky
Look,
heart.
that will
It's
drive
probably
a man
because he
mad,
kicked
I
it
can't-
so many times.
What a
It's
great
just-
detail.
I don't know
Oh,
why
man.
nobody wants to fix that jukebox anyway. So I guess I get why that would drive somebody insane.
But he like
Okay,
kicks it
forgive it
over
on
and
that.
out. Like he's very disrespectful of that man's establishment. I will say that.
no,
Yeah.
he's he's very disrespectful.
Can't kick
Yeah,
the jukebox. Can't.
I
do
think
it.
he's a low tier.
Not when it's
cooter. I
playing
think so.
real records. God damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he hits enough. So we got a handful of cooters.
Yeah, I think you could argue like the turkey farmer lady, maybe if you wanted.
Oh,
to, but I don't really
yeah.
want to. Like we don't need to go through everybody. I think
Like
we've
I
got
said,
Oh,
really,
pretty
the
good-
whole town.
The
is
Baptist
you-
preacher, probably
Cooter
too.
stew.
Yeah, Don Davis is.
You call it like
fucking,
a gaggle of cooters? What are you?
a
A
murder
whole
of
Castle
cooters.
Rock full of cooters. A murder of cooters.
A
That
whole
sounds
king
too
of cooter.
cool for the cooter.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got them. We got most of them. There's probably
Lock
still
'em all up.
some out there, but we'll get
Lock
back
'em
to them.
up. Castle
Lock 'em
Rock
all
is
up.
under
We'll use them as
lockdown.
bait to
Yeah,
catch the
just
other
quarantine
cooters.
Castle Rock.
Mhm.
Lock them all up.
What's up, Bob?
I think we're gonna skip what we've been watching tonight because we got a couple voicemails. that
Whoa!
we gotta get to.
Finally, Hotline Kinks.
Okay.
I'm sure coming in hot.
Hotline
Yeah.
screens.
Hotline screen.
If you guys would like to call in and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, you can hit us up at 904-638-3231. Randy, we do have 3 voicemails. The most recent one we're going to hold off till next week, though. I don't know if you listened to them already or not. We're going to hold that
haven't.
last one.
You think
So
I did prep work? No.
I know, that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
First up, we're going to hear from everybody's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin.
Whoa.
What?
Hello, boys. It's your girl Caitlin from Plug It Up, calling in to tease some of the Chilloween trivia we have coming up. So there are 10 rounds, and the round that I'm teasing today is the music round. It's where I play about a minute of a song, and the trivia players will tell me which horror property it comes from. It could be an iconic score, like the da-na, na-na from Jaws, or Tubular Bells from The Exorcist, or it could be a fun needle drop, like Hip to Be Square in American Psycho, or I Got Five on It in Jordan Peele's Us. It can even be the theme song from a horror TV show, like the theme from Dexter or The Walking Dead or American Horror Story. It's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite trivia rounds that I do here in Richmond. And you don't have to know the title, the song title or the artist. You just guess the horror property the song comes from. Hope that sounds like a fun round. Can't wait for Chilloween with you boys. Bye.
Oh yeah, that's some
Whoa,
good
10
shit.
rounds. We got a lot of
Sign me
trivia to
up.
go through.
For
Heck
real.
yeah.
Caitlin brings the pain too. I heard her last trivia
Oh,
was too
yeah, she
hard.
does.
God. She
I begged her, like we'll see, but I'm hoping she's going to use those same questions for us.
the third voicemail that we're gonna hold for next week is Caitlin teasing another trivia round that I am very excited for. I think
Ooh,
everybody's
are we teasing the
really,
tease? Are we
really
expecting
gonna
you
get a
to
kick
fucking
out of
want
it.
Bob,
to?
don't get me too
I'm
excited.
just a big tease. Oh, buddy, you're gonna lose your fucking mind when you hear
Oh
it.
man,
It's not the only thing.
I don't even know what
Um,
you're talking about. No, like what?
you gonna lose your mojo? Are you
Yeah,
gonna not
what are
gonna
you gonna?
get
What are you?
be able to get hard anymore? What's going on?
I've lost my mojo. Caitlin, can't wait to probably do really well at your trivia.
Oh, we have to
So
play
true.
too? Oh, god damn.
Oh, you
I
don't
was about
have
to
to.
say, you guys get to play this year.
Yeah, I guess that's
I
true.
don't think we get
Oh,
to
I'm gonna
win,
do
but we
really
do
bad.
get
I'm
No,
to
so
we
terrible
don't.
at trivia.
We don't get to win, but I was definitely gonna play. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, everybody come hang out for Chilloween this year. It's gonna be a great time. Next up, we're gonna hear from our biggest fan,
Oh yeah, it's my
your boy
boy.
Nows.
Hey guys, it's y'all's biggest fan, Nas here. Calling in because I listened to the new cast, not on work, but just listened. I enjoyed it. It's probably a movie that I will be watching because I like anthology movies. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's been kind of a rough day because my grandma, she passed away this morning. So I've been trying to find things that cheer me up, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all's podcast probably did the best because I laughed a couple times through the cast and like the things you said, and then when you got to my voicemail, some things you said, yeah. Y'all just wanna say y'all for real make me laugh, and y'all make my day every day at work. You make it go fast, way faster than it normally is, and y'all make me laugh. I enjoy listening to you review movies. I enjoy listening to the arguments you have. I really enjoy your show, and it's really pick me up for today. Sadly, this is the grandma. I called in like the first time or the second time probably about the story or the road trip story where I puked all over. She puked all over me. It's that grandma, so it's but anyways, real sad. I'm sorry, but for the prompt, no, I haven't been. I haven't hanged up my Halloween decor yet because I keep stalling it out. I don't know for what reason, and now I'm not really gonna do it yet. Sorry, Juice, I'm a poser. I know. I'm sorry. But for my costume, I can give a hint. It was featured in a movie that came out this year. And another hint, it came out like not too long ago. Me and my girlfriend. So yeah. But anyways, guys, love you and keep chilling. Bye bye.
Man, that's so sad to hear. I'm sorry.
Damn, dude.
That's
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, sorry, brother.
It's an extremely tough turn. We appreciate the kind words, and we really hope you you and your fam are getting through this time. It's I don't know. I'm a bad podcaster. I don't know what to say, but we hope you're doing good, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for calling and sharing that hilarious story about you and your grandma, which is very touching and very funny, and I think that it's a sweet story to share, and we're all yeah, feeling for you, brother, but hopefully you and your family are doing okay. Hang in there. Yeah. Glad that you can at least have a few chuckles when you're listening to us
Argue.
yeah.
You're wrong, Bob.
Screaming at each other. People
Let's make
don't
this,
respect you, Bob.
I've told you a million times.
I'm trying to figure out what his and his girlfriend's costume.
I think I know. I've got a guess.
Oh, a movie from earlier this year?
He's gonna dress up as the alpha zombie from 28 years later. And his girlfriend
she's
is
gonna
the
be the
pregnant
dick.
zombie.
Yeah.
Just the 5-foot
Just
dick.
the hog.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe the Warrens myself, but
Ooh, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
I think maybe we might have an Aunt Gladys situation from Weapons. Maybe we're gonna
Okay.
have Aunt Gladys, and then he's gonna dress up as a little child.
Oh, well. How about that?
Just running constantly,
his eyeballs.
arms
Yeah, he's just
back.
gonna Naruto run with his
Yeah.
eyeballs poking out.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have no idea. What even movies came out this year?
That's what I was
What
looking
is
for.
this, a horror podcast?
They
I
could
feel
do
like
a
this has
bring
been
her
kind of
back
a down year. Am I right?
kind of.
I don't know. I've been having a good time.
Let's see. Maybe they'll be the Smokestack brothers from Sinners. That'd be slick.
Ooh,
I
that
saw
would be sweet.
Spirit Halloween's gonna be selling those in their stores. So if you want to dress up as the Smokestack twins, there's
Whoa.
like some other costumes from Sinners as well. Actually, there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, really?
Can I tell you guys? So David occasionally, will go to horror movies with me, and he actually wanted to go to Sinners.
Nice.
So we went together and we enjoyed it. But he is a twin. Okay.
Oh.
And so I always like to hear his thoughts about twins in movies. And when we left, he was like, they didn't need to be twins. He's like, they could have just been brothers. He's like, I don't understand why Michael B. Jordan had to play 2 people. They could have just cast another guy's his brother.
Because he's that
We
good.
like him.
He's that good.
Yeah, he was that good.
Yeah. I just thought that was a funny little criticism.
Interesting.
That is fair. I think almost probably like 90% of the time I would generally agree with that statement, but I think in Michael B. Jordan's case, it's just like the more Michael B. Jordan, the better the movie.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had
Yeah.
no issues.
Yeah.
If the movie had sucked, I'd feel different, but it did not suck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Maybe they're doing the ugly stepsister. They're doing like the girl and her worm, They could.
Oh, yeah.
maybe they're gonna go as Elijah Wood and what's his dick from Toxic Avenger.
What is his
Oh.
dick?
Oh.
I didn't see
Who
that
knows?
yet. Maybe they're doing a together outfit and they're just gonna like
Yeah.
melt themselves together.
They're just gonna like tape each other's arms together. Or whatever. Yeah. That's
That
not
one
a
maybe
bad
makes the
costume if
most
you
sense.
Don't mind holding your
Yeah.
partner's junk while they take a leak.
Whoa.
Oh, I
prefer.
never do. You don't leak unless I'm holding it.
That's my job.
Oh yeah, yeah. We look forward to finding out what you guys are dressing
Yeah.
up as. That might be a decent prompt. Actually, call in, let us know what your Halloween costume is. Let's keep this train
What
rolling.
the prompt?
man.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
I can't
we have
believe
like
no
8
one
million
wants to
from the
call
monkey.
in and tell me their kinks. That's really surprising to me.
I think they know that you're fucked up, so they don't want to share their shit with you.
Well, that's fair. That's
Yeah, that's a
reasonable.
pretty solid read, actually.
You know, when you're right, you're right.
I get that.
Busted. All right.
Well, I guess. Maybe it's part of my plan all along, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm right on schedule.
Right on
You like
schedule, baby.
you like to be edged. No, that's Randy's
That's
thing.
Randy. That's
That's
definitely
Randy's.
Randy's thing.
Tell me
Edging and
about the
incels. That's
edge.
Randy's thing.
I'm an edgy boy.
We all know.
Oh yeah. Call in 904-638-3231. Tell us about your Halloween costume or any Halloween related thing. You buy a new
Ooh, no.
decoration. What are you doing?
I
Oh
want
yeah.
to know what people's needful thing would be
Oh
from
Yeah, yeah.
Leland Gaunt's shop. I want to know.
Yep.
Yeah, what's gonna put you over the edge and cause you to, I don't know, slash some tires? Let's say.
yeah.
Sure.
Of
That's
your
low stakes.
enemy, let's just say, if you had a chance to get something you really want and also get one over on someone you really don't like, what would
I
it
mean,
be?
I don't think that's how it worked, though, is
I
it?
don't-
You kind of did it to random people, strangers on
Yeah.
a train
Yeah, I
style,
guess
to
that's
incriminate
true.
other people.
I guess
Mhm.
that's true.
That's not how
Fine.
Soju would run
Okay.
his shop,
Yeah.
though.
I need some vengeance with my meal, please.
Just gives you a
Yeah,
little
what's
extra motivation, you know.
what's your needful thing? What is it? Let us know. 904-638-3231.
What are you buying?
What you buying? Nicole, thank you again for putting up with us for another 2 full hours. You are a saint. We love having you on. Thank you so much. One more time, let everybody know where they can find you. Where's your show?
Light and Shadow, a horror podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And like I said, my latest episode was Tower of Terror with Justin, and it was a lot of fun. My October episode is we're keeping it in Stephen King country, and I'm going to be talking about Creep Show.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be
Awesome.
out sometime in October. I might have another little bonus thing dropping in October, so just keep your eyes on the feed. But yes, as always, thank you for inviting me. I love it when you guys invite me on for something that I'm nerdy about, and it makes me really, really happy that you guys enjoyed Needful Things for the most part. Because, like I said, with King adaptations, you never know what people are going to think. So it just brings me a lot of joy that you guys had a good time with it.
Totally, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Thanks for joining us.
We're
Thanks
going to
for
be
having
back.
me on.
And you know something? I sort of enjoyed it.
Dude, those Stephen King bumps are awesome. We're going to be back next week with a brand new show. As always, we're talking about another You Pick the Flick. This one was chosen by Miles. The movie is
Uh-oh.
Where's it from, Bob?
It's going to be weird.
The
What
movie is
country?
Horror Express from 1972.
Okay.
That sounds agnostic to country. You need to tell me the country. Country of origin.
I think it's a British production. It's Christopher Lee joint. I
Okay.
have
Okay, let's see if Miles can get back on track
All
here.
right.
I have seen this before, and you know what? It doesn't suck.
Hey,
I'll say that.
there we go.
Man.
There we go.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually feel really bad because I shat on Miles's last pick a lot, but it was just because everybody else's pick was so bad.
Yeah, he did. He was like
He
on
was
the
at the
ass
tail
end of
end.
a rough run. Yeah.
Feel really bad about that.
He probably didn't deserve us to go
I
that
don't
hard.
think so.
So yeah, Horror Express 1972. This is on disc. You can buy it really easily. It was on Shudder for a long time. I didn't check to make sure it's still there, but that might be a good place to have a look on Shudder, maybe on Tubi as well. But it should be pretty easy to hunt down. So watch Horror Express. Get ready for next week's show. We're on social media everywhere. Just search Straight Chilling Podcast and we'll pop right up. If you'd like to join in the daily Slack channel conversations, now's the time. Full-blown spooky season. If you want to just be surrounded by a bunch of horror nerds talking about Halloween stuff, hit us up on any social media outlet. Say you want to join Slack. I'll send you a link so you can do so and join in on the fun. And until next week, as always, pumpkins.
Sure.